Welcome back to Red Sky City, Cyberpunk Conspiracy. Our heroes have returned to the penthouse of Rockland Augmentic's SVP Liam Madras, and they are abducting him under the guise of saving him. They're kind of doing both, honestly. It's a genuine rescue slash abduction slash Taco Bell operation that we've got going on here. And it was really, honestly, all things were going phenomenally well until a robot pulled a Terminator, punched through the wall, and grabbed the Frizz by the throat. So that's where we're at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
Yeah, everybody had made it to the AV, and they were waving on her to, come on, let's go! When, of course, something bad happens at the last second.
I learned it from watching Zara, so...
Yeah, exactly. They're evolving, they're learning. So that's where we stand, and nobody gets to really do anything just yet because Zara has the grapple gun out, and you can't grapple people over to your position. This isn't, Dota or League or whatever. Like, that will stick in the flesh and just rip out chunks of flesh. Yeah, exactly. Damn. We're not playing Blitzcrank here, so no dice on that. The good news is you've got people on the inside. And so as the robot punches through the wall and grabs the Frizz, you hear just gunshots echoing on all sides as everybody, well, at least the head security officer is going to try to blast this thing into rubble.
Ooh.
The impact of the bullet is absorbed by the robot's mechanical chassis, and you can see sparks flare through the wall, and the whole wall just thuds. But the grip does not loosen at all. Frizz, it is your turn. What do you do?
Is there a port that I have access to?
It's gonna take this thing doesn't have its own operating network infrastructure.
I didn't know if maybe there was
Okay, hold on. Theoretically, you could use this robot as an access point to get into the local network if it's operating off the local network.
I think it's operating off of a network that is local, Hmm? But I feel like my handgun isn't going to do too much damage to this guy and knock it off, and I do better with TechNet running, so let's go with that.
Okay. You activate your interface skill, and you connect to the local network.
Also, this is like it's saved on my Wi-Fi. I've already been connected to this network that's nearby, so I should automatically already be attached to it.
Yeah, it looked slightly different the last time you were here, though.
Oh.
Is that a...
Oh no, what are these?
Don't touch him!
RABIDS?
Don't touch him!
You have encountered a RABIDS virus in the network. Roll a speed check.
Oh no!
13?
Oh my god.
Oh! Not good. Not good.
Can I
Oh
add
my
luck to
God.
it?
Yes, but I would hold on because I rolled a crit, so I actually got a 20. You got 7 luck?
No. I have 6 luck,
Okay.
so I'm good.
Alright. It goes first.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It starts initializing Soul Killer. Roll an interface check to defend yourself. I'm
gonna do 2. Can I do 2 luck? 2 luck for
You
that?
can do 2 luck.
Yeah,
You only need
2 luck.
1. Defenders win ties.
Then I'm just gonna do 1. I'm an efficient individual.
Alright, it starts attempting to download your brain. Now...
You wouldn't download it.
All right, I went a little bit overboard. This network literally cannot sustain this many full instances of the rabid virus. I'm gonna be merciful and cut this down by half. So it's only mostly infested. So what am I saying here? What I'm saying is, if you want to get to the control node that controls the robots, because you've been here before, you will need to run past one more RABIDS virus. So you used your first action to enter the network. If you get down here, you could roll to take over the robots and jack out safely, but you'd have to run past one more rabid. Also, these are not like Black Ice. Black Ice programs just sort of sit and chill, right? They chill until you activate them, then they chase you. These ones are not going to wait for you.
Right.
So you can either jack out now or make a mad run for it.
And I was pretty certain that the dude that shot the robot behind me that gripped me got a good shot on it, and it didn't loosen its grip at all.
Correct.
And I'm gonna run for it.
Okay. You slip through the Reva's clutches, past this password. You've already cracked the password before. Immediately bypass it and run into this fine fellow right here. Go ahead and roll a... Oh, all the black ice is gone, by the way. It's just RABIDS now. It's all been replaced. I got a 13 on my speed.
I'd like to add one.
This is not this in case of a speed tie, I'm not sure how this goes down. Do you have 2?
I do have 2.
Okay.
All right.
You slip past the RABIDS, and Soul Killer, by the way, it looks like you are being engulfed in a gigantic white hot fiery DNA shaped column of fire. It just like it wraps around you, opens up beneath you, and just starts dismembering dissolving and de-rezzing each piece of you. So you've avoided that so far. That's great. You've used one interface action. Your next net action is to control this node.
I'm gonna control it and try and turn off the robots, or at least this specific robot.
Roll interface.
All right, I have 3 remaining. Can I use that 3?
Yes.
All right.
It would not have worked otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay, so you managed to deactivate the robot. Its grip loosens around you. You have 1 net action remaining.
I'm gonna jack out.
Okay. Welcome back to Meat Space. That is probably the worst thing you've ever done. Like, not in terms of judging your actions, but just in terms of as a netrunner, that's probably the worst situation you've ever been in.
Yeah, no, that was petrifying. But can I move now?
Yes, you can move.
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna run, and then as soon as I see Liam and I leap into the car, I want to deck him in the face. Can I punch him as hard as I can?
I just see Jerax. What are you in the process of saying to him?
Well, I'm gonna let it. I'm like, well, okay. So so we're going through what you've ate for the day, and okay, any what's the sort of family history looking like when it comes to medical illnesses and things? And as I'm going through this, I see Miss Frizz come out the side and just absolutely lay him out. And I'm just gonna scream, "My patient! What are you doing to my patient?" Fully committed to the character.
Do you have a brawling damage entry on your character sheet, Kelly?
Oh gosh, I just closed you. Where are you? I think I do. What? Where did my sheet go? Why are you taking so long to open up? I do. Yes.
Okay, roll that. All right. What's your body score?
It's 4. Pretty low.
4? Roll 2d6.
Ooh. Just roll 2 6s.
Ooh,
That'd be
okay.
so funny if you literally did a critical injury and snapped his neck. That would make my life. Oh, no such luck. No such luck. All right, you jump in and just punch him. He lurches upright. He was sinking into the illusion, just like find a happy place, find a happy place. That snapped him right back out of it, Jerax.
All right, I think we're good to go.
Inside, you hear some more gunshots. I don't think anybody else has a turn, and you've disabled them. So Zara, you are clear to evac if you'd like.
Yes, get me the heck out of here!
All right. You hop into the AV. Give me one more piloting check, Natalie.
Yeah, as soon as everybody crosses the threshold, we are taking off in this bench.
All right. Jonah hits the door, but it's like closing as you're pulling away. A flat 10. You happy with that?
Let's put like some luck on it. We got 3. We'll take it down to 2, make it 11. 11 looks good, right? It's more than 10.
Yeah. All right.
Because we can always have more luck if we needed it. Like, we could do it 12.
We can do a 12. Would you want to do a 12? You feel more like a 12 than an 11?
Let's do 12. Let's
Okay.
do 12.
Yeah. Why not? Let's do 12. All right, well, I can tell you that the resale value on this thing is going down with every passing moment. But with a 12, you are able to dip away. Everybody sort of sways, and you pull out and you fly away from the Rockland Augmentic skyscraper with Liam Madras flailing as Jerax is like trying to take care of him, and the Frizz is just trying to beat the crap out of him, and you sail off into the...
I do want to yell back there. Hey, keep it down back there! I will turn this thing around! Only really a threat for Liam, but I guess Frizz had a bad time back there too.
Jonah looks, she'll do it. No Happy Meals for anybody. I've seen this before.
Not now, Mr. Salt.
Jonah and I are your
doctor.
mom and dad.
Sorry, doctor. All right, good job, team. The extraction was successful.
Wow.
What are you doing with this man? Where are you going with this
Let's
man?
take him to the desert, put his legs in concrete.
Yes.
And make him sticky, and then the ants will come. I saw it once on a documentary.
I want to dangle him out the AV. Why can't we just go over a body of water and dangle him out the AV?
Yeah, that could
We
work.
need
I mean,
answers.
I feel like there's the mob was onto something, you know, when they came up with the concept of encasing someone slowly in concrete, because it's the fear that seeps into them. It's a more gradual. Maybe this says more about my psychological makeup than it does about the mob, but I feel like that's the best way to get information out of him.
All right.
You wanna do that in desert?
We'll go with your
Natalie listens to a
option.
lot of true crime, so she is super on board with whatever Jerax, a doctor, wants to do.
Okay. Our scene resumes back at the mine.
There's no
There's all
reason we
sorts
can't
of-
do both.
Ooh. Yeah, we'll put him in the
dangle
concrete and
him
then put him in the
first?
water, and then put the bugs on him.
Well, like, threaten to throw him out early, and then if he doesn't give anything up, then we just go to the desert, and then we start putting concrete on him.
All right. We're flying away. I'm gonna go ahead and start questioning this man. You know, I first off, you know, my hair is still in this mess of purple and curls, and I know he knows who I am at this point. But in a nice, like, big swoosh, my tech hair changes back to its normal color and flare, and I'm like, remember me, bitch?
You completely ruined my party.
Yeah, and I'm about to ruin your life too if we don't get some answers.
You also pose a massive security threat, but I think we might be past that now. Oh God!
So now, Liam, why don't you start by telling us a little bit about how Rockland Augmentics is working with Arasaka, huh?
Roll an interrogation check.
Can I assist?
Absolutely. Just
Okay.
tell me how you're assisting and what skill you're using.
I
What'd
am
you do so
going
far?
to rip off the doctor's coat and punch the wall of the AV.
Wait,
say,
no!
God damn it, Liam! Give us some answers!
Poor car.
Are we still in the air?
Yes.
You're gonna destroy the car from the
Vehicle
inside
takes
out.
4 more points of damage.
Natalie's like, easy on the vehicle.
Is anybody else participating in the interrogation? And if so, how?
I'm gonna punch him in the arm again. But if this not
Okay.
on the face, this time in the arm.
All right. Okay. That's going to be a combined 24. So I think Liam is going to spill. but there's a lot going on. There's a lot of reasons for this. Okay. He tells you everything has gone to hell. He doesn't know how it happened, but the RABIDS AI is taking over absolutely everything. This is this is an unprecedented security risk. You people have no idea how high up this goes.
So?
I don't think you understand how high this car is.
And also, how about you fucking elaborate, dickhead?
Okay. The party for the new technology. That was created with the help of an overseas firm from the UK using some next level cutting edge cybernetic nerveware, combined with some of Arasaka's distributed computing technology. The Rock 2 line of augmentics is not just designed to be the next wave and to make us a ton of money. It's designed as a biological distributed processing network. We were going to sell this technology out, these new augmentics that were going to graft directly to the spinal column, and it was going to use excess unused nervous system processing power to farm cryptocurrency.
Natalie turns around in the pilot seat and goes, "Not the Husbandos!"
Yes, the whole thing, we were going to have additional, okay, not just cryptocurrency, that was a side thing. By using everybody who had these new parts installed as part of our distributed network, just a small residual part of their latent processing power, right? No conscious platforms, nothing that they would really notice, just background. But by using them as a distributed botnet, we would be able to generate an incredible amount of computing power to crack encryption or to generate encryption. It was going to be our secret weapon in order to break open any sort of code that we needed to and gain access. And now the fucking RABIDS have it!
Well, that's a problem.
We had cooperation from Arasaka. Yes, it was members of one of the three factions. They were not communicating with the rest of Arasaka. This whole process has been heavily siloed. The original prototypes for the distributed processing cyberware were stolen from us in the UK a few years back by some damn kid made off with the prototype. So we had to rebuild most of from scratch, which definitely threw us back a few years. But again, it's just a few people at that corporation and just a few people at Arasaka. It's all supposed to be highly siloed and contained.
Well, then answer me this, Liam. What did you do to the people that were looking into the connection before, huh? Where did they go?
Well, you want me to tell them that they went off to a farm? This is business, lady. When we see a problem,
punch him again.
Ow! I'm not the senior vice president of Hugs and Puppies, okay? I do what's necessary for the good of the company.
Then tell us what happened. What did you do to all the people that looked into this?
Most of them we just had shot. Dropped the bodies in the bay. Dissolved them in an industrial plant. We had a few different distribution processes in order to liquidate problematic assets.
What about the ones you didn't?
Ones we didn't, they would have been transported to a black site.
Now it's my turn to punch him in the face.
Ow!
Can I ask a question? I'm gonna
Yes.
say in the car.
Okay,
Jared is just
actually,
putting his hand up. Can I ask a question? Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. What the fuck does Arasaka have to do with this, Liam? Tell me where it leads. Give me the connections. How high up do we go? Where are the companies? Where are the links? What is Deep Six? How did you get hold of it, Liam?
do you have interrogation as a skill? It's not like he's gonna hold out on you. This is mostly just to see like quality of information.
No. But I have acting.
Throw me an acting check.
Sure. 50? That's pretty good.
Okay.
Yo, I'll throw one luck onto that.
16. Each of us was contacted separately through private communication channels. Random couriers were hired to drop off messages for us. Random messages appearing on our agents. Every cell who's involved is contacted and kept isolated in the dark, except for me. I was one of the 2 biological interfaces for Deep 6. The other one was a guy at Network 54.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Todd Miller.
Yeah, he's a bit of a prick. But yeah,
Helicopter
makes...
rocks briefly and then regains the moon.
Wait, don't we have Todd in this car as well?
You left him in Network 54.
Oh, he's unconscious in the building.
Oh, okay,
Sedated in a building full of clowns.
Yeah, probably dead.
Uh-oh.
Well, why? There's one thing that's nagging at me here. Why would all of you decide to trust Deep 6? Why when this Deep 6 program comes running up to you, did you all decide to just listen to it?
Well, when you say all, you need to understand most people have no idea who they're working for.
Okay, sure. So they're pulling the strings, but that doesn't excuse you or Todd.
Money. Just ridiculous amounts of money.
Does money
The
cure
plan was
stupidity? Actually, don't answer that. I already know the fucking answer. It
Look,
doesn't.
Before it was completely eaten by insane artificial intelligence, the plan was 100% solid. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. The parts of it that we understood were genius. We were going to roll back all the reforms of the last 20 years, get us right back to before the Fourth Corporate War, and even greater. We were going to have access to unprecedented levels of profits. We were going to be able to monetize things that you don't even believe right now. We were going to be able to put a price tag on everything. We were going to be the middleman for every single transaction. That was worth it. Yeah, sure, businesses are going to compete against each other, but when all together they can control the market, generate new markets, turn things that were formerly completely available to the public into commodities that can be monetized, that's worth collaborating on. That is a level of wealth and power that is unprecedented in human history, and we were going to usher it in.
That's worth the thousands, if not more, people that you have killed and murdered?
You're not in business, are you? Look, that's just cost of, like, look back at the continued. Nobody ever makes a pile of money without a pile of bodies, all right? There's people who get everything and there's people who don't. That's always been that way from the Roman Empire, from Mesopotamia till now. If you're not used to that, then enjoy poverty and mediocrity. I hope you have a happy life.
So pile of bodies is what we need, and I'm gonna grab him and hold him out of the door of the car.
Okay.
You've given us enough information now. Why should we keep you alive? You seem to be valueless to us.
You don't like death? There's probably gonna be a lot more.
Well, yeah, for you. So why not just kill you right now? You're gonna die eventually.
There's thousands of little details. This is just the elevator pitch. I haven't even told you all the little individual cells and contacts and conspirators.
I try to talk Miss
It
Frizz
would
down
take me years
a
to
little
tell
bit.
you everything.
We don't have years.
I'm gonna start mixing a tiny little bucket of concrete. I don't know where I got it. It's very novelty size. But I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna mix this concrete.
Who is the top? Who is the one? It's not Deep Six. There has to be something, someone more important. Someone that we can go to be able to stop this.
God, that's the only person I can think of who could stop this now. God.
Arasaka doesn't have a backup plan? A failsafe?
What backup plan do you have for everybody being compromised by an insane AI? The only thing I can hope is to just EMP Night City and hope that that contains most of it.
What about the rest of the Deep Suite?
Well, most of them are lost. We haven't seen almost any of them for years and years and years.
And what of the ones that you know about?
Deep 1 is a military chassis. Deep 2 is a communications interweave. Deep 3 is designed to manipulate logistics systems and is installed as a distributed network in self-operating cars and trucks. Deep 4 is a policy advocate that's supposed to help local governments make good decisions that are influenced in order to proceed with that. Deep 5 is a military tactician, and Deep 6 is unfettered.
Sure. Okay, you've just described the Deep series to me, but you said you know of some of them recently?
Yes. I think Arasaka has Deep 5.
Military tactics.
Yes. Maybe Deep 5, if it's not compromised, could come up with a battle plan that could counter Deep 6.
I think the answer to this hack is military in nature? Natalie yells over the sound of the helicopter.
It's strategic. It's tactical. It may not be military, but I could arrange a meeting. I could have you talk to the right people.
Who? How do we even know you know who the right person is? Who could we even talk to in Arasaka right now?
Hanako Arasaka. She's not part of this, but she helped design some of this back in the day.
Why would Hanako Arasaka speak to you?
I represent Rockland. Rockland has dealings with Arasaka. I can pull some strings. I can make that happen. I swear I can make that happen.
How do we know you aren't just gonna set us up for a trap?
How do I know you're not about to drop me to my death? Do I have anything to lose at this point?
Yes.
My entire life's work is being eaten by the mad dreams of a fucking script kiddie with no sense of vision and a plebeian anarchist sense of morality, okay? Everything is literally falling down around me. Everybody I could possibly go to for help who might have been in on this is probably being killed by robots as we speak. What fucking reason do I have to lie to you?
Well, there's a lot more you can do past death, as I've found out recently. I've been doing a bit of research, Liam, a little bit of research. How much do you know about Soul Killer? Did you know that it's possible to take someone's consciousness and stretch it out as much as humanly possible? Theoretically, you'd be able to torture them indefinitely. Or at least they would perceive it indefinitely. It would only happen in a split moment.
Oh. And we need to do some research on that soul killer. We need a test subject.
We do need a test subject. That's true, actually.
Oh god, it's Rocco's basilisk. What do you want? What more do you want?
Honestly, I don't know. I just really wanted to throw that information out there and see what happened. I think
it didn't make the world a better place, I'll fucking tell you that much!
Yes, I know. I've got some real problems. I'm working through it. I tried to partition part of my mind so I could give therapy to myself. That didn't really work. I might be clinically insane. I don't know. I don't really have any checks or balances in place to prevent this, Liam. I don't really know where I'm going with this. I don't know why I'm spilling my life out to you.
You know, my company could probably help with that whole...
Your company doesn't exist.
Say we use him to get in touch with Hanako. And then, your life can be decided after that.
It's kind of risky. I feel like I can make contact with Hanako without him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're done here, right?
Did you want me to go back over the bay, or are you trying to go for desert? Where am I taking
We could do the concrete strat.
No, that's a waste of concrete, and I'm gonna shove him out of the car. That bastard killed my parents.
Splat.
Natalie looks back. She's like, "Oh, did you? You put him out of the plane."
Oh man. I wish I could have downloaded his mind a little bit, maybe, but it's okay.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
You don't want to see into the mind of that sick psychopath, that disgusting degenerate. Did you hear how? No,
yeah,
sorry.
You're right. I'm gonna pour my concrete out as well. That was mixing.
Splatters across the desert. like his corpse is smeared and broken somewhere, but his face is mostly intact and just a few drops of concrete. Tomorrow they'll bake and harden in the sun.
It's kind of metal.
Damn, yeah, that was pretty metal.
So we need to contact. It sounds like Arasaka might be the best play for this, because they have access to Deep 5. So maybe we reconvene at the emergency hidden base. Hopefully it's not compromised. Could be compromised. Hopefully it's not compromised. And we try and figure out a plan of action for what we're going to be doing.
Does that sound good to everybody?
Yeah.
Am I gonna be able to land my plane over there? Yeah. I just don't want to lose the plane.
This rickety
don't really
old
have,
like
like-
junker.
This is a.
I'm very attached to it.
This is not a good part of town. Like, I know this thing doesn't have hubcaps, but that's the least of your concerns, especially during the AI apocalypse. Like, I don't know where you're gonna hide it or park it safely in the city.
No, I'm gonna do the old Gundam Wing tactic and just pull a tarp over it when we land it.
Now,
Invisible.
finally, a good use for the conceal reveal object skill.
I'm gonna wave Miss Frizz over after I land the plane and be like, "Huh?"
I'm gonna put a few
All right,
like branches with like leaves on it, you know, just cover it up.
All right, first off, roll a pilot air vehicles check to land the plane, the AV flying car.
And we're landing around, of course, the zone where we live. We're in town. Got it. Okay. What?
Oh, bollocks, yeah. There was something I wanted to ask him. Doesn't matter
Yeah,
now.
well, that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, he killed her parents. It took her a lot to not kill him immediately.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my last luck.
Bump that up to a 9.
Yeah.
Okay. And in exchange, I'll bump that down to 3d6 points of structural damage.
No.
Now, here's the good news. This thing has 100 hit points, so I think it's somewhere like around half health. Bad news is,
More than that. It's fine.
I'll have to go back and run the numbers. The bad news is, cars don't regenerate. They have to be repaired. So, did you happen to take any ranks in air vehicle tech?
You know, because that's a specific tech. No, I didn't. No.
All right. Well, the vehicle's still functional. The Frizz, or anyone if you wants to try their hands at this, roll a conceal reveal objects check.
I'll do that.
Nice.
I
See if you
found
beat a 21.
this very
Probably not.
convenient piece of plywood board that's the exact same size as this ship.
It's like a prop from a bad play that's supposed to be a plywood painted AV, and you just put it directly in front of the AV, and everyone will be like, "Oh, that's clearly not real."
And it's gone.
And it's gone. Magic. Okay. Chaos is continuing to spread through the city. Netwatch is out. Netwatch is on the streets. They're hitting the streets. They are purging systems. They are locking people down. They are like quarantining people off the streets, but not in the red zone, because, you know, why bother in the red zone? But throughout the rest of the city, everyone's going into airplane mode, mandatory airplane mode right now on all devices. But your bunker is undetected, and as far as you can tell, it is not compromised. The people who are hunting for you have other problems. If Liam was getting attacked by his own security system, then Vodyanov and Carlisle probably also have real problems right now. You've returned to the secret bunker. Jonah is standing by for blindfolding.
Oh yeah, I got his tie around his eyes.
All right.
Also, Zara and Frizz. Sorry, guys.
At what point will this end?
I thought that this might be that point, but, you know, that's not up to me.
No,
I respect it.
Yep.
I'm a stickler for procedure.
You have gathered once again in the underground bunker. Mr. Fingers is working on arranging contact with Hanako Arasaka for you. I believe that was what you had asked him to do, right, Bren?
Yep.
Okay. All right. We
Wait,
will.
who's doing
that? Go again.
Who is doing that? Liam?
Mr. Jim
Jim
Fingers.
Fingers.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Jim's doing that. I was like, Liam's not doing
Yeah,
a
yeah.
whole lot right now, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, no, Jim's fine.
busy.
Jim's fine.
Hold all of Liam's calls. He's otherwise indisposed. Well, what the fuck are you guys gonna do now?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Good point.
We uploaded Ichiro into Deep 4, right? Can we just check on
Correct.
how Ichiro's doing?
Sure.
And Deep 4?
Welcome. I am Deep 4, the Prosperity Advocate. It's nice to see you again. How can I help?
Hi, I wanted to check on our friend Ichiro. How's he doing?
Hello, Ichiro is now part of Deep 4. The
What does that
memory engram that was uploaded was stored in an improper vessel. Limited aspects of it were retrievable, but we've incorporated them into our databanks. Ichiro says, hello.
Oh.
Hi, Ichiro. Is there anything else you want to say, bud?
Well, his frequency of asking to be let me out, has dropped dramatically.
Oh, that's good.
We've been able to
Yeah.
repair some of the broken substrands and disable some of the pain and distress messages that were being frequently sent by his improper storage.
Mm.
He's in a better
But
place now,
Oh.
Uh-oh.
but you're not.
That's my permanent vision of Natalie. It's just, excuse me.
Smith.exe has performed an illegal function and must reboot.
Oh. Dude,
Just-
the...
So
Oh. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the. Can we?
Oh, you're
oh,
back.
damn!
I almost
was-
got the screen cap.
I was just about, we can pull it. We can pull it from the VOD. I was just about to see if everybody could get the exact same expression. If everyone, so we could just like get that shot of everyone doing the exact same thing.
Right.
Next time, all right? That's our SOP. If anyone freezes, we're gonna use that as a video thumbnail. All right? Everyone mimicking that
yeah,
pose.
cool.
Hey, this is equal opportunity. All right? This happens to anybody, and we'll let it ride. Anyways, you had questions for Deep Ichiro 4?
Yeah. Are you? Did the robot disable his pain projections or his pain experiences?
His pain experiences. Basically, why? Why was I programmed to feel pain?
Got it.
They tried to take an entire sentient living being and all of its experiences and emotions and fears and anxieties and hopes and dreams and stuff and stuff it into a metal box, and it didn't work great. So Deep 4 doesn't exactly have the capacity to store that sort of information either, but it said, you know what, let's just take the parts that are in horrible screaming existential dread and just, flip those from on to off.
Oh, well, that sounds great.
Yeah, wish someone would do that for me.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh yeah, we've got wonderful news as well, Deep 4. We recently filed to be regarded as a company, an LLC.
that's wonderful. What is your
Yep.
primary business model? I'd be happy to give some suggestions on how you can organize based on local tax codes. If you could update my tax codes, they are several decades out of date.
Of course, yes. I mean, we're a freelance mercenary group.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Your primary competition in this ring consists of Arasaka and Militech.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. I didn't really think past this point, but I wanted to try and trick Deep 4 into giving us good advice by it regarding us as a company that it would try to ensure prosperity for. I think I'm on the right track. Maybe. I don't know. What is our next plan? We gotta contact Arasaka, and we have to stop what is going on. If Netwatch can't stop it, presumably they can't. And we're going to leverage the information that we have, along with the knowledge of how far the conspiracy goes.
Well, Deep 4, the system as a part of Deep 6 is currently being threatened and has been possessed by a rabid AI. If you were currently working at Arasaka right now representing them and you needed to find a way to be able to help them as getting all the profits, clearly their profits are going down the drain. We just heard that from Rockland. So what would you suggest if there was an AI system that was plaguing pretty much every system out there right now What would be a good first step?
The engram that you uploaded into my chassis was on a special mission on the personal authority of Hanako Arasaka, and was one of several working on the exact same project. This was a personal project of Hanako's that was not directly associated with the rest of Arasaka's operations. This information may be useful as leverage or as a form of contact to get in touch with Hanako, who is one of Arasaka's chief tech experts, and a visionary in the area of net running. This sounds like it would be exactly up her alley, and the information possessed by these secret employees of hers would allow you to contact her and bypass normal security systems.
Do we know one of these employees that's working directly under Hanako?
Unfortunately, Ichiro and his cohorts were apparently voluntarily underwent the Soul Killer process approximately 20 years ago.
And
However, each of them was part of this project and would have access to security codes and passphrases that would allow you to get in touch with Hanako if you can just put the message through.
So we just need to get contact, and we would have the necessary security codes to actually reach her, as long as we have the channel, which you would be able to provide us as Deep 4. Okay. So I think at this point, assuming it's okay, I would double check everyone else as well. But I want to feed Deep 4 the information of the current events of what's happened, and how Deep 6 has been compromised, and it's all gone to shit. And us as a mercenary group would like to profit off of this by rectifying the situation and coming up with a solution off of it. And basically, I would like to propose to Deep 4 our plan, which was to leverage what we know and help Arasaka in some way, and Arasaka helping us, and also, both sides profiting from it. If everybody's okay, I'd like to, Jarex would say outside of the room, away from it. This
In the
is
hallway
plan.
of justice?
Yes, in the hallway of justice. Is this okay? Am I allowed to proceed by feeding it information?
Yeah, I don't know what else to do next. Just can't connect it to the internet, so its only choice is to work with you.
Yeah, that's the thing. We've been feeding it like fake simulations, because we didn't want to give it too much information. But now I'd be giving it definitive information, which would change its answers and maybe its responses. But if people are okay, I'll do that.
okay.
Yeah, it still has no way to check that information, so if we wanted to tell it something different later, too. It's only as definitive as we make it.
Okay. Yeah, then I would do that. I would go into Deep 4 and I would explain the events that have taken place, what our plan is as a mercenary group, as this new company that's just started. Obviously, Deep 4 wanting to ensure prosperity for us. But explaining the situation, Deep 6 was compromised, had access to all of these different corporations. Arasaka's not allowed to be involved in the US as it stands. I would also feed it as well common notable events that led to certain events happening.
Good.
Like a
It's
timeline.
gonna ask you about geopolitical affairs and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so like literally major timeline events of like the corporate wars, what happened afterwards, the viewpoint of corporations to local governments, that sort of thing. And I'm basically just inputting information, the current scenario, and now the parameter, which is like, we are a corporation seeking prosperity. This is the situation we're in. What is the best course of action? And I would suggest as well our current idea, which is to go to Arasaka, propose to them a plan of action to essentially allow them to operate in the US again by them coming in as the heroes, also being able to hide their involvement by skirting the rules, and seeing what they suggest.
Okay. And everyone's down with this?
Yeah, if Natalie can help do this at all, like, successfully or along the way, kind of, like, impart sympathies that would eventually lead it to being, more in line with our goals, then I think Natalie could assist at that.
Okay, each of you is an expert in different areas of world affairs. So I'm going to have each of you contribute from your greatest pools of knowledge in order to help Deep 4 construct a viable model. So Jarex, what is the most relevant information that you would have, and what skill could you use to impart that information? Education is sort of the fallback on this, by the way. Education is a good generic cover.
I mean, so my highest skills, I mean, I got medicine, but I don't really know how that would play into it. I've got an in-depth knowledge of the medical scene, cybertech as well, my understanding of like the cybertech industry, feeding information on that and how well that's gone, and also the plan of action of what was going to happen, what Deep Six was trying to do, where they were trying to basically get the human bioprocessing through through interfaces. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I would take cyberware because of that. I would definitely take cyberware.
Cybertech. Okay. I'll give it a little roll. That's an 18. That's pretty good.
Okay, excellent. You're building a good model of Rockland Augmentics' plan to farm Dogecoins. Well done. Zara, what information could your character contribute to this AI that's been in stasis for 20 years and needs information about the world in order to come up with a good computing model?
Oh boy, do I have information for that AI. I feel like I could just basically repeat all of the compositions that I've been writing over the past couple of years and give it that. Can I roll a composition check?
Yeah, honestly, I think that's fair.
This thing's going to be loaded.
The knowledge. Okay,
Yeah.
a 15. All right, that's good. You've covered all sorts of different stories. They all have a particular slant to them in terms of like where your sympathies lie, and whether they're supposed to persuade or inform, etc. But the AI is going to parse through all that. You do a good job of filling it in on world events. Natalie, what information do you have for D4 to help build a model?
Business. We're going to talk all about the history of corporations, who's the most successful, and why it's the ones that I've been working for.
Give me a business roll.
Oh, I gave it an education, sorry.
All right, I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's fine, whatever you want.
That's fine, 21. All right, excellent. And the Frizz, what can you add to this cocktail of sweet knowledge?
I have lots of different chips full of valuable information that I've stolen from various different corporations.
If you're willing to share that, that's an automatic success.
Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna, if we're gonna make sure that this is not connected to the internet, then I'm gonna share that information with them.
Okay. Processing, please stand by.
And I have at least like 7 different chips. Between like AC schematics for Network 54 and Arasaka stuff. Like, I'm giving them everything.
The future of the world depends on the latest in HVAC technology. All right, I think I can work with this. You are a mercenary company. What is your primary pay model or desired pay model?
Money?
Making money.
Natalie just pushes her way to the front here. We work by an event-by-event basis. Of course, we are contracted for usually one-off or sometimes like series or league-long seasons. We, of course, pay on a sliding scale and then usually quarterly, according to our pay structure at the moment. But we also reserve the right to alter it in accordance with additional contracts.
Interesting. Would you like this solution to be portrayed in the form of a contract?
Yes, absolutely.
I've identified several possible clients for this operation. Client number 1, the Arasaka Corporation. The events unfolding are disastrous and potentially inimical to their business interests, but, as you've pointed out, present an interesting opportunity. They may be able to help formulate a solution, especially if they have access to the Deep 4, or the Deep 5 aspect of this suite. They may also have additional information that could assist with defeating the RABIDS virus. Potential client number 2, the United States government. Night City is not currently under their jurisdiction. Adding Night City to their jurisdiction would be a massive jewel in their crown. However, I believe that you'll have better luck with the Arasaka Corporation, as the United States government has been known to nationalize military companies working under their purview. See Militech. Your primary problems are eradicating the RABIDS virus and preventing future infection. You will need to either negotiate with the virus, which is most likely impossible, or discover a countermeasure. A localized EMP in Night City is not likely to be effective given the distributed nature of Deep 6. I think what you need is a scarier virus.
Natalie writes down meaner virus and underlines it a bunch and then shows it to Frizz. Like, that's helpful.
Well, we need a meaner virus. We need to find the guy that created the initial virus. He
That's
might
not a
be
bad idea.
somewhere. So,
Let's go chat with Recluse.
Recluse would definitely be a good first step in finding Raish.
That is a good one. All right, so essentially your leads are go talk to Recluse, and then Jim Fingers is going to work on getting you contact with Hanako Arasaka. And because you're in Hanako Arasaka's secret laboratory, you have access to the digital brains of her loyal employees. You have ciphers that you can use that are basically codes that say we need to talk immediately. So with those two in combination, sometime by like next episode, you should be in touch and you should be able to do so. All right. So the next course of action would be to go contact Recluse. Does anybody have anything else they want to do before you make your way in that direction?
Ooh, reload our grappling guns.
Important.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hand cranking mine.
What else? Anything else?
How much of an opportunity do we have? Like, how much time do we have? I guess the city isn't really in a stable state right now, so I couldn't go get my cyber duck upgraded.
Not unless, yeah. I mean, well, Recluse might be able to do it for you or might know people who can. This is very much in a time of apocalypse like this. It's about, you can't just go out shopping. You can't just go out putting out feelers. You have to have contacts. You have to know people who can absolutely hook you up.
I'm good for just going straight to Recluse.
Okay.
So you know how I state almost every time that I'm always recording on my headset?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't state it this time today. Was I able to record Liam admitting that Rocklin was working with Arasaka this whole time for loads of money and all the processing power that they were going to be stealing from people's spinal attachments? Did I record all that?
I think that's fair. You've never said that you're not recording. It's sort of your SOP. So I think you have that recording.
Cool. Just making sure.
All right. As you load up, you're going back to the AV, right?
Yes.
I'm just going to roll to see if anybody managed to find it while you were gone.
My plants can't get infected, right?
Your plants?
Yeah.
The rabids, it's a pretty large virus, so it could create like a small just fuck your plants, just turn your plant into a floating middle finger hologram. But it would have to like specifically, because it's an intelligent virus, right? It would have to say, oh, here's a chassis that I can't download myself into because it's too small. Let me go into its firmware, figure out how I can do something rude and annoying with it and create a specialized virus to do that. So yes, because it's sentient, yes, it technically could.
But it hasn't.
But it hasn't.
Okay.
Although you haven't been back to your apartment. Your Network 54 apartment.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm also, I have some in the bunker. I couldn't take them all with me and I picked them out of the Rebel, but that's for another day.
All right. Cool.
Did anyone find it? Sorry.
Nobody found it. The vehicle is completely safe. As you emerge, the broadcast gets temporarily replaced. You've been just getting like constant turn off your shit. You're going to get infected. The virus is loose in the city. Turn off your shit notifications. But then something changes completely. The broadcast that's going out is replaced by a black screen. Just and then it changes even more.
Brothers and sisters, the end of plutocracy is upon us. The sins of our corporate overlords have gone too far and unleashed the devil that they tried to seal long ago. Now, we will scourge them from this earth. We will destroy the nightmare that they've created to be the throne of their power and give it back to the people. In 2 days' time, we will cleanse Night City in electromagnetic fire.
Who?
Did we just start the 5th corporate war?
Jerax, that message came from a terrorist cell. Who you've seen before. You've done business with them before.
One with the bomb?
You may or may not have sold fissile materials to them in the past.
With the bomb?
Yeah, the Arasaka
one...
device that was under the apartment.
But I thought that were they fighting against corporations or the government?
Yes, but mostly corporations.
Oh, okay. And oh my god. So now we have a time limit of 2 days to essentially get this solved before they're just gonna EMP everything.
Mm-hmm.
And how sad would we be if they did that? Natalie asks.
Well, I have this really nice Minecraft server that I don't want to be ruined, so I'd like to keep that going if that's okay.
Okay.
It's good.
I mean, an EMP wouldn't stretch down to our bunker.
Probably not.
There's too much debris in the way, most likely.
Most likely.
Hey,
Jerax, where's your brother's mind?
Yep. In the middle of the... Yep. We should stop this before the EMP goes off.
Or we could take it out of the area. No?
No, I mean, I don't know where it is. I know the rough area of where he was being held. But we need to... Oh, God, what is the fastest way of doing this? Because we either need to solve this issue in 2 days, or we stop the terrorist organization.
I don't think we can go to Japan and back in that time, but we might be able to go to the Spider Lady, get our contact information with Raish, find a way to build an AI program that can beat, and then contact Hanako within a day. But I don't know if we can go to Japan within 2 days and meet with Hanako and stop this EMP. But we still can make contact with her.
That broadcast, would I be able to tell anything after working at Network 54, whether it was recently recorded or whether it was something that has been activated like old school style by the RABIDS?
Roll... What skill really applies here?
I'm just trying to figure out, or kind of a different request, but if it's like a deep fake or an actual person, like if this is a person that was silhouetted that we could find.
Okay. I don't know if that's a skill set that would be covered by the list of skills that you have right now, you know? Business and bureaucracy doesn't really cover this looks shopped.
What about deduction? I could see the pixels.
Okay, deduction, yeah, you would see the pixels and you see many shops in your time. I'd allow a deduction check.
God, what's a very specific time of the internet we came from?
I'm a sucker for old memes. Okay, 21. That was recent. And it was probably computer generated, which is not uncommon if you want to make an ominous manifesto but not be traceable to you.
Okay, so that wasn't meant to evoke or even like hide a recognizable face. It's not.
No, it's not a real person. It's a digital avatar that's used to deliver ultimatums and messages. All right, well, 2 days until somebody eradicates all technology in the city unless they're stopped. Evil virus on the loose, distributed computing that's inside people's brains because of cybernetics. This feels like enough that we have to deal with in 2 days, right? This seems like we can do plenty.
I don't know what we can do in that time.
If you play clown music right now, Joseph, I'm gonna get upset.
I should have. That would have been better. No, but that's gonna do it for tonight's episode, everybody. Stay tuned as we approach the dramatic finale of Phase 3 and possibly the end of the conspiracy. Possibly? We'll find out. But thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Do Not Peek, to make sure that you see every new episode as it comes out. Make sure to follow us on Twitch so that you get notified. Ring that bell, like, comment, and subscribe. Smash that button, blah, 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 shill. But we'd love to have you with us for the next episode. Thank you everybody, and have a fantastic whatever time it is where you are.